starting our last day in Maui with some iced coffee and a walk along the beach. It is 11:30 because we stayed in Air BnB as long as possible. I promised that I would show you a tour. Here it is. We absolutely loved this Air BnB. It was much cheaper than a hotel room, about half the cost. And we didn't use it very much except for the lanai. It was perfect to sit out there both at night and in the morning and have our own private spot to be able to watch the stars and the sunrise and sunset. They do have a full kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. They had 3 total beach chairs. It's just nice when an Airbnb close to the ocean has beach chairs. They also had boogie boards, snorkeling gear, and beach towels. It was everything we needed. What we were surprised by though is how many mirrors they had. They just really committed to making it look as big as possible. Not a bad way to start our last day. Our flight leaves tonight at 6:50, so we actually don't plan to swim today. We want to enjoy the views, get a little more sun, and we have a few places left to eat.
You guys come here often?
First time.
Ah.
Yeah. You?
First time.
Oh yeah. Good?
Chocolate macadamia nut pie is very good.
Yep. The lime is very good too. Is it a fruit?
Really tart.
You like that?
I think so, yeah.
It's supposed to be that way.
I was thinking like key lime pie, and that's really tart too. The macadamia nut. Just finished at the pie shop. We were trying to decide if it's a tourist trap or not. It's definitely packed with people just traveling to Hawaii, and the pies were $8.
I think so. I don't remember how much they were.
Maybe 7 something before tax, but they were also really good. My lime pie was really tart. The crust is good. It's just a thick graham cracker crust. Your chocolate was rich.
So I had the chocolate macadamia. It was very rich, but also the chocolate cream was really good. I loved the crunch of the nut with it. Had like little chocolate curly cues as a dessert, and obviously whipped cream on top. Did try your lime pie, and it was a little too tart for me. I had a couple of bites, but that was plenty. But we also couldn't finish the chocolate macadamia nut pie. It was just too rich.
Yeah, and it had macadamia nuts in the chocolate pudding filling and on top. And I think we've decided that we like macadamia nuts.
We do.
That's what we learned on this trip to Hawaii.
I mean, a lot of other things too, but we like macadamia nuts.
Now it's time for lunch.
Yeah.
Dessert first, and now it's time for lunch.
That's how we do it.
We've driven over to Kihei because Courtney really wants some teriyaki chicken. So we are going to the kitchen to have some teriyaki chicken. We're also excited to see Kihei. This is an area of the island that we both wanted to take a look at, just see what it's all about. So after we eat lunch, we might take a drive, see what we find.
It is 1:11, and we should be back to the airport by 4:30.
So
Plenty of time.
3 hours to see what else we can find. A little more than 3 hours. first time I've had macaroni salad. This is the first time I've had mac salad. I hit the spot. First things first, the teriyaki chicken was so good.
So good. It was so good.
Courtney just wanted teriyaki chicken and rice today, and when we got there, we had enough chicken for both of us, a huge scoop of rice for you, and then I got to try macaroni salad, which in Hawaii is like a thing. So it's macaroni and potato salad. It was really just a good version of those two things kind of mixed together. Courtney doesn't really like mayonnaise, so it was all mine.
Mm-hmm. And it was just one order of teriyaki chicken, and it was enough for both of us to eat.
Yeah, and it was really, like, I think they closed down during COVID, and they had just reopened not too long ago, so luckily we went and checked it out. It also got us over to Kihei. Along the coast of Kihei, they have a bunch of public parks, and I knew we wanted to check those out and see what it was like. It's very windy today. We're just kind of in a going mode because we know we're flying home today, so to sit and relax was really hard. We lasted about 5 minutes on a park bench with an amazing view before we left.
I think it was more like 10 minutes.
I think?
Yeah.
It's just because it's so windy. And we also just don't need any more sun. If you've noticed, I have already started peeling. But last night we went up to the Maui Brewing close to where we were staying. It is not the primary location. And we noticed that we were just like 2 blocks away from the primary location. So we decided to come over. The best beer that Courtney has had on the islands has been this Maui Brewing Pineapple
Manna.
So we're gonna go get one more pint before we hit the airport. We also have 2 more stops that we have to do here in Maui and only an hour and a half before we wanna be parked at the airport. Okay, the real reason we had to come here is because last night I talked Courtney out of getting this t-shirt, and still this morning she's like, oh, I wish I would have gotten it. The front of it, here we go, and the back, huge Maui Brewing with their logo. I'd say it looks pretty good. Okay, that was worth it, and I think we still have time for our 2 other stops. Our second to last stop is here at Ka'a Point. I wanted to see the kite surfers before we left. We are on the north side of Maui, so there's a ton of wind. You can't actually see this beach from the airport, but we wanted to see it up close before we left. our last stop in Hawaii is here at the 7-Eleven. I've been told that the Hawaii 7-Eleven has a lot of unique snacks, so we're gonna go check them out. Do you think that anybody else is buying gas station sushi before an 8-hour flight? I mean, it looks really good. What could go wrong? Does she know how far back I am? That is not the going home dance. How cool is that? You knew. I didn't know that. Bye, Maui. See you next time. Unfortunately, this is the end of our trip to Hawaii. We are in the airport heading home. If you have a recommendation on where we should go next, make sure that you leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed all of the videos, give them a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you on the next adventure. We've made it to the Maui airport. Now it's time to try one of everything we got at 7-Eleven. Okay, so musubi is sushi rice, usually a sauce, a piece of nori, and then for this one we have Spam.